Ranger carries 100 lb German Shepherd for miles to save his life. In the summertime, we should never underestimate the heat. It can sometimes be so unbearable that it becomes dangerous for both animals and us. This is just what happened with one poor German Shepherd. In June 2020, the dog was seen lying on the ground, gasping for breath and showing clear signs of heat exhaustion. Hikers tried to help the poor dog, but it seemed not to be enough. Mount Tammany in New Jersey is popular among hikers. For a distance of 3.5 miles, you could experience its rocky pavements and steep and challenging trails. One day, a group of hikers was enjoying the cool breeze and the green scenery of the mountain when they found a German Shepherd dog lying on the ground. As they went closer to check it out, they knew immediately that it was an emergency. The dog was suffering from heat exhaustion, and the hikers were afraid that it might not survive. They tried giving the dog some water from their bottles, but they were aware that it was not enough to revive the dog. Luckily, K. Salopek, a park ranger, was able to assess the situation and took the matters into his own hands. The ranger put the huge dog on top of his shoulders. There was a stream below the mountain, and Salopek knew it was a great idea to stop by there first. He carried the dog on his back and went toward his destination. The dog weighed over 100 pounds, and Salopek continued to march for miles to the stream. As they reached the stream, he gently laid the dog on the ground and began pouring water on the dog's body with hopes that it would cool the dog down. However, the rescue was far from over as the ranger took the poor dog farther down the hills. After stopping by the stream, the ranger threw the dog over his shoulders once again to walk for more miles to reach the street down below. It was a struggle as Park Ranger Salopek, carrying a 100-pound dog, walked down an incredibly rocky path. Despite that, Salopek was determined to save the dog's life, and he did it. Salopek's heroic actions were recognized as one of the hikers shared the whole story on the internet. One of the hikers, Lexi Daniel, was able to document the whole event. She shared the story on Facebook, and it was able to rack up more than 51K reactions and 36K shares. Daniel clarified that the dog was not abandoned and the owner was on the scene, showing distress given the dire situation they were in. Fortunately, Salopek arrived on time to help the owner and his dog get through it. Some commenters remarked Salopek's actions as brave and badass. Additionally, most of the people, including Daniel, believed that his heroic rescue deserves great recognition. How to know if your dog is suffering from heat stroke. If you are a pet owner, it's best to observe your pets for possible signs and symptoms of heat stroke even if you're at home. Excessive panting and losing the will to move around are some signs that your pet might be suffering from a heat stroke. If these are observed, take your pet immediately to a cool place like a bathtub and run a cool shower and let them drink as much water as possible. This way, you could be successful in battling heat with your lovely pets. Please share this with your friends and family.